sector, where the growth in the demand for drugs in Nigeria has risen to an alarming scale. A survey released in 2019 shows that the highest levels of drug use were recorded among persons between the ages of 25 and 39, with cannabis being the most widely used drug. TVC News' Kemi Balogun explores the street trade within the nation's capital and some remedies that could help to stem this tide.
Over the past year alone, almost 15% of the adult population in Nigeria, which is around 14.3 million people, reported a considerably high use of psychoactive drug substances. This rate is a lot higher than recorded in 2016's global average of 5.6% among adults. The use of cannabis, sedatives, heroin, cocaine, and the non-medical use of prescription pain medicines are also on the rise. In a few cases, teenagers have overdosed on controlled drugs like Tramadol and Codeine.
It's alarming because that's 1 in every 7 Nigerian, averagely, who uses drugs. And in that number, 1 in every 4 drug user is a woman. Something that should be tackled. We also need sensitizations. We need individuals to be sensitized and all this. So generally, the reports of the survey itself actually brings this issue to the front burner for policymakers to actually act on it.
So we took our cameras out to find out just how easy it is to get and buy controlled drugs on the streets of Abuja. Some of the hotspots for selling, as we were told, are in Wuse 2 and Wuse Zone 4, both located in the heart of the nation's capital. With our car parked, in less than a minute, we were approached to ask what kind of drug we want. I opted to go for one of the most common drugs sold here, Rofinol, with a street name Rochi. The following conversation is between me and the drug seller in Hausa. No any card. Dubu. Na dubu dia zai zama na kenan, guda na ka bani. Mene kuma ku kana da shi? Akwai kodin. Na ne shi. Rofinol is also known as the date rape drug. It is a drug that should be prescribed by a doctor, and that prescription note taken to a pharmacy and given by a certified pharmacist. It is a drug that is used as a sleeping pill because it causes extreme drowsiness. Sixtus is a pharmacist. He gives us an insight into the issues that could hamper the effective control of drugs.
Every controlled drug must be dispensed with prescription signed by a doctor with date, you understand, before that drug can be given. Without that, no controlled drug can be sold over the counter. It's not possible.
He says more checks need to be put in place by both the government and other regulatory bodies.
Bring out measures, you understand, to checkmate maybe the importation of these drugs, or to ensure it, like now, as I told you earlier, we have pharmacies on guard moving around to checkmate premises that are not registered.
Drug use habits in Nigeria have evolved with the younger generation, resulting to potent mixtures of several drugs at the high risk of fatal overdoses. With Tramadol and Codeine as the highest figures of drugs seized by authorities, over 500 million tablets so far on Tramadol seizures. But there are still a few challenges.
When you have manpower, you need to have the logistics, vehicular and all other logistics that goes into drug law enforcement.
People still get access to these drugs. They still find ways around the whole barriers inputs by policymakers, and of course they try to find ways around this to get all these drugs in the black market, because of course the drug black market is actually very, very booming.
The United Nations on Drug and Crime says West, North and Central Africa jointly account for 87% of all pharmaceutical opiates sold globally. The survey also notes that there are major gaps in Nigeria's healthcare system in meeting the needs for treatment and care for people with drug use disorders. About 40% of those who need to get rehabilitated do not have access to it. Kemi Balogun, TVC News, Abuja.